Good day, students. Welcome to this video tutorial, an initiative of Aspee Nutan Academy. The main objective of this video is to help you improve your English language skills. Today, I'm going to share with you vocabulary that you can begin to use instead of the common English words or phrases that we use too often. We tend to use some words or phrases repeatedly. For example, very before words to describe something. We often say, I'm very happy, very sad, very tired, very sleepy, etc. So, let us look at words that we can use instead of these. By the end of this video, you will learn a set of 30 new words that you can use in your conversations, which will surely add finesse to your language. Let's begin. Instead of saying very sorry, we can use apologetic. The young man was very sorry for coming in late for his interview. The young man was apologetic for coming in late for his interview. Didn't that sound more refined? Let's move ahead. Instead of saying very strong, we can use forceful. Making his way across the very strong river, it was difficult for the swimmer to stay afloat. Making his way across the forceful river, it was difficult for the swimmer to stay afloat. Instead of saying very sure, we can use certain. Manoj was very sure he would stand first in class. Manoj was certain he would stand first in class. Instead of saying very sweet, we can use thoughtful. Thank you so much for your present. How very sweet of you. Thank you so much for your present. How thoughtful of you. Instead of very talented, we can use gifted. Seema is a very talented hockey player. Seema is a gifted hockey player. Instead of very tall, we can use towering. The castle was a sandstone building with very tall pillars and arches. The castle was a sandstone building with towering pillars and arches. Instead of very tasty, we can use delicious. These gulab jamuns are not just easy to cook but also very tasty. These gulab jamuns are not just easy to cook but also delicious. Instead of very dry, we can use parched. She drank the cool fruit punch, grateful as it chilled her very dry throat. She drank the cool fruit punch, grateful as it chilled her parched throat. Instead of very colorful, we can use vibrant. The macaw is a very colorful bird. The macaw is a vibrant bird. Instead of very tiny, we can use minuscule. Even a very tiny amount of money can help feed the starving children of our country. Even a minuscule amount of money can help feed the starving children of our country. Instead of very tired, we can use exhausted. Rehan was very tired after a long day and went straight to bed. Rehan was exhausted after a long day and went straight to bed. Instead of very ugly, we can use hideous. A very ugly monster attacked the helpless villagers. A hideous monster attacked the helpless villagers. Instead of very unhappy, we can use miserable. Seema was very unhappy living on her own. Seema was miserable living on her own. Instead of very upset, we can use distraught. Mika's family was very upset at the news of his accident. Mika's family was distraught at the news of his accident. Instead of very important, we can use crucial. During the hot summer months, it is very important that you drink lots of water. During the hot summer months, it is crucial that you drink lots of water. Instead of very interesting, we can use captivating. Sagar was reading a very interesting novel. Sagar was reading a captivating novel. Instead of very shy, we can use timid. Lucy was a very shy child. Lucy was a timid child. Instead of very busy, we can use swamped. The manager is very busy with work at the moment. The manager is swamped with work at the moment. Instead of very happy, we can use jubilant. The students were very happy on their graduation day. The students were jubilant on their graduation day. Instead of very hungry, we can use famished. Is dinner ready? I'm very hungry. Is dinner ready? I'm famished. Instead of very strange, we can use bizarre. I was woken up in the middle of the night with a very strange noise. I was woken up in the middle of the night with a bizarre noise. Instead of very serious, we can use solemn. They looked very serious as they announced the news. They looked solemn as they announced the news. Instead of very neat, we can use immaculate. Leonardo appeared very neat in a dark suit and tie. Leonardo appeared immaculate in a dark suit and tie. Instead of very beautiful, we can use exquisite. Her wedding dress was very beautiful. Her wedding dress was exquisite. Instead of very weak, we can use feeble. I felt very weak when I was ill. I felt feeble when I was ill. Instead of very hot, we can use sweltering. Everyone headed for the beach on that very hot summer afternoon. Everyone headed for the beach on that sweltering summer afternoon. Instead of very loud, we can use deafening. The music was very loud. The music was deafening. Instead of very clean, we can use spotless. She keeps the house very clean. She keeps the house spotless. Instead of very dangerous, we can use perilous. The journey through the jungle was very dangerous. The journey through the jungle was perilous. Instead of very crowded, we can use bustling. The sidewalks are very crowded with people. The sidewalks are bustling with people. Children, now that we have learned these new words, I'm certain you will use them in your regular conversations from now on. So until we meet again, wishing you happy and safe days ahead.